Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome to the channel where today I'm going to be telling you what are the worst things about this 65-inch Samsung 8K Q800T. Now, before anyone goes jumping down my throat and accusing me of just hating on this TV, well, I've also done a best things about it video as well. So I'll leave a link in the description for that. And I think it's only fair to show the pros and the cons because, as I always say, there is no such thing as a perfect TV. Hopefully with you guys watching both my best things and worst things video, then you can make up your own mind whether you think this TV is worthy of your hard-earned cash. So then, the first worst thing about this TV, and this is in no particular order, but I do feel this is one of the major downsides to this TV, and that is the dirty screen effect or vertical banding. I don't know if you guys can see that when that camera is panning. It is really bad on this screen. Now, I do know that, there is the panel lottery out there. Some TVs are better than others, but I can only judge it on the TV that I have been sent. And on this panel, it is not great at all. As you can see there, look at those lines. I think it's fair to say this thing has more lines than a call centre. The lines on this TV are so bad. The other day I caught two coke addicts snorting at the screen. There's that many lines on it. Honest to God, it is really bad. You may get a panel that is, far better. But like I said, I can only base it on what I am seeing, and it is really distracting. When you get those panning shots, you just can't help but notice it. Even my son turned round and said how distracted he thought it was, and especially when he was playing games, he said it was really off-putting and it really stood out. So that is the first worst thing about this TV. Now, the next worst thing about this TV is the design. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking. Well, hold on, in your best things about it video, you said it was one of the best things. Yeah, and that is correct, apart from one thing, and that is this location of this Samsung logo and these controls here. Now, these are the directional controls that you can use to control the TV if you've not got your remote. Now, most TVs would put that in the middle of the TV. It's got a little light on it as well to indicate when the TV's in standby. Yeah, so most TVs would have that slap bang in the middle. Even other Samsung TVs have it slap bang in the middle. So, it's all nice and equal and everything like that. But I just find it really odd and off-putting that it's off to one side. And if you're like me and you like everything in its place, all nice and neat and tidy, that will drive you mad. And I know some people are going to say, hold on, you're being fussy. This is, remember, a £4,000 TV. And for £4,000, it shouldn't look like a cheap supermarket TV where it's sort of like an afterthought, oh, we'll just chuck it down the end. It should be in the middle. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. Right, the next worst thing about this TV is the lack of Dolby Vision support. Why, oh why, Samsung are like a dog with a bone when it comes to HDR10 Plus and not going down Dolby Vision route. It just drives me bonkers. I know it's a frustration for a lot of other people as well. It seems to be Dolby Vision is the way forward. That's what I think personally. We've got the Apple TV app there, which I absolutely love, and I've praised Samsung for putting that on there. But Apple TV, a lot of their content is Dolby Vision, yet this TV cannot take advantage of that, and it is such a shame. I just so wish that they would put Dolby Vision support on these TVs. But it hasn't got it, so that is a big downside, I think, with this TV, and especially again at £4,000. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. Next worst thing about this TV is the build quality. Now, generally these TVs ain't too bad. The higher end ones are pretty solid. But do seem to have a slight issue with the build quality on this one. Again, it may be different on a set that you get. If I just quickly show you guys, as you can see here at this side, this sort of back plastic panel is sort of flush to the side there. Just show you guys like that. There you go, you can see that pretty well there. But if we come around the other side, it's actually protruding out. There we go, I've got it focused well now. Yeah, so it's not actually sitting flush. It looks like it should sort of come away for whatever reason. And you can sort of hear it like it should be clicking into place or something, but there you go. Yeah, it's already undressing itself. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. Now the next worst thing about this TV is the lack of 8K content. Now, I fully understand this isn't directly the TV's fault, but I feel like I've got to mention it for any potential buyer out there that realistically, there isn't really much for you to watch. You know, YouTube has a few demos on it and things like that, but you know, forget about it if you think that you're going to be sitting down watching your favourite soap opera in 8K anytime soon. It is not going to be happening. Now, yes, this TV does a sterling job of upscaling to 8K, but upscaling and actual proper native 8K are completely different. Proper 8K is going to look far superior, and realistically, we are a long way off from that. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. Next up on the worst things list is the heat this thing puts out. My God, this thing is like a radiator. I am not kidding. I'm guessing because this TV has got to run a lot of pixels, it just really eats up the electricity, and judging by what it says in the manual about the sort of eco, you know, what it consumes and all that, it does seem to be pretty bad on the energy rating scale. And yeah, you just get anywhere near it and the heat is just really, really bad. It just throws it off. My partner has even noticed it herself. She has said that, you know, she's walked past it, she can feel it on her face. When she's walked into the room, she said how much she can feel that it's warmed up the room, which may be great in the winter, but not so much fun in the summer, and not so great for your electricity bills either. Not that you're going to probably be worrying if you're spending that much on a TV anyway, but still it's something worth noting that this thing munches the energy and throws off a hell of a lot of heat. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. Next up on the worst things about this TV is the remote control. Now, on my best things about video, I did say it was great that you got 2 remote controls with this TV, and it is good. But unfortunately, as you can see, the one on the left, the silver one, has a microphone and a button for your voice commands, but the one on the right, the black one, doesn't. So you've always got to have that second remote control handy if you want to use any of the voice functions on it, which is a real shame because once again, this is a £4,000 TV, as I keep saying, and really would it cost them that much more to put a microphone into the second remote so you can utilize those features on both remote controls? You know, so I think, you know, that's a bit of a shame really, and I just wish they had included it on both. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. Moving along, and the next worst thing about this TV is the short power cable. Now, once again, this is another thing that I did highlight, if you probably won't be able to see it now, on the best things about this TV, that the fact is that you can remove the power cable, which is really good. But unfortunately, they only supply you with a 1.5 meter cable in the box. And again, at this price point, I do feel it should be just a little bit longer. I know it doesn't cost an absolute fortune to go out and buy a longer cable, but when you're spending this sort of money, it should be in the box anyway. You shouldn't have to be getting a TV home and going, oh, hold on, it ain't going to, you know, the power cord is not going to reach the socket. I'm going to have to make another journey out, go and buy another lead or an extension lead, something like that. So that is, I know, a small thing, but I still feel it is worth mentioning because some people may be disappointed when they get it home to find it's a short power cable. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. On to the final worst thing about this TV now, and that is the price. Yes, as you may have heard me mention once or twice in this video, this TV is £4,000. Now, that is a lot of money for a TV, and if I am honest, I think it's a little bit overpriced. I think there are better TVs for less money. £4,000, yeah, I think they are taking the mickey a little bit on this one. I think you should be looking at no more than 3,000, if I am honest, for a TV like this, and if not, probably a little bit less than that. But £4,000, I personally would not pay that much money for this TV. You might have deeper pockets than mine, and that's fair enough. But again, it is just worth mentioning that I don't think it offers great value for money. As much as it is a great TV, do not get me wrong. Overall, it is a good TV, but I don't think it is worth that money. So that is the next worst thing about this TV. Well, there you have it then, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video and you appreciate my honesty. And if you do, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed, then think about subscribing for more of the same in the future. So thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on next one. Bye for now.